you guys don't know, my favorite thing to look at is always lost media. And today, we have Fortnite Lost Media. I can't wait for this. Let's go.
Lost media. No matter what crevice of the internet you crawled out from, you have heard that term somewhere.
Yeah,
it
we
could
heard
be
it, guys.
about a lost episode from your favorite television show,
Yeah.
a commercial someone vaguely remembered from the early 2000s, or a mobile game where you pretend to murder a...
Oh my god, I seen the Charlie the Steak like in Lost Media videos, but I never understood like why it was so big.
That was a pretty popular one with the kids. In a game like Fortnite, there's content being added pretty much every week over the span of many years. So there were bound to be things that were planned to be in the game, even close to release, but never saw the light of day. With crazy unreleased collaborations and removed skins with a dark history.
Canceled?
Let's go ahead and take a look at some media that was lost within the depths of Fortnite.
Samus Aran Nintendo collab?
First up, Samus Aran from the Nintendo game Metroid was going to be able to jump off the battle bus. Nintendo is infamously known to make sure no soul touches their beloved characters. As if you even mutter the word Mario, you're gonna have a cease and desist at your house and maybe even a nuclear bomb. While Fortnite does have an official collab with Nintendo in the form of a Fortnite-themed Nintendo Switch,
really? That's it?
An actual skin of a Nintendo character like Samus could have led to even more Nintendo skins in Fortnite. The first tease of this being a reality was found inside of the Fortnite comic Batman Fortnite 0. Issue 3.
Oh
On this
shit, I didn't know they dropped comics.
You are able to see a drawn silhouette of a body figure that resembles that of Samus. It could have just been a nod or
Yo, how do you have the time to do this? Like, look at this. How do you have the time to really dig in and see this?
Coincidence? But it really looks like Egyptian hieroglyphics. After that comic release, there was no more information about this, and it just seemed like a cool reference. On May 8th, 2021, during the time of Epic Games' lawsuit against Apple, the court released the business documents from Fortnite for the period of 2020. In the section for what we know as Chapter 2, Season 5 Hunters, we see images of Master Chief, Kratos, and Samus. Unfortunately, the images they shown are just screenshots from either an artist or from the game itself, and not what this skin actually would look like inside of Fortnite.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Samus would have done numbers like Chun-Li did on Fortnite, bro. I already know it.
But we had an idea what Nintendo wanted it to be like. In a 2024 interview, one of the main people behind Fortnite and Epic Games, Donald Mustard, brought up
oh my god, man, I missed Donald Mustard, dude. He was the reason why Fortnite storylines would be so fire. The live events, oh my god, bro. I heard that he's working for the Russo brothers, the ones that are making the Avengers, by the way. So that's pretty fire. I'm excited for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Reason why Samus was not added into Fortnite. And it was all due to the owners of our favorite Italian plumber. Nintendo deal with Epic Games was that if they did decide to add Samus, it could only be seen and used on Nintendo Switch consoles.
There's no way you can be this greedy, bro. There's no way you can be this greedy, Nintendo, bro. This is why I'm not buying the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, this shit gets me tight, bro.
Be purchased on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo wanted Samus to only be seen on the Nintendo Switch. So if you played as Samus on the Switch, you could see your character, but your friend on PlayStation would just see Jonesy. Nintendo has done some pretty questionable things.
But
this one to me is just wild. So no wonder Epic Games did not go through with this.
Exactly, bro. It's not worth it. It
doesn't matter what age you discovered the internet. You have seen this dancing Indian man spawning from a falling, badly CGI'd meteorite with this absolute banger playing. It was kind of a no-brainer for this song and dance to be added into the game. And it actually was at one point. On December 14th, 2021, during Chapter 3, Season 1, the Tuna Tune emote was added to the files of the game, showing to be released within that season. Based on the emote's icon, the emote was going to be the dance in the music video you see on screen. After 5 months of the emote being in the files, it just got removed with no explanation why, and no sign of returning. Why was it removed from the game? There is no specific confirmation on why, but it potentially could maybe be about the artist who created the song, Daler Mendy, having a huge controversy of him being involved in human trafficking in 2003, which had a 2-year prison sentence for, but was on bail for quite a while. That could be why. While the emote was added after the controversy, most likely due to Fortnite not really knowing about the controversy or just not being aware of it, they eventually decided just to not release
it's better to keep it
not
away.
Worth the trouble for them. And I think it's kind of crazy that a few months after Fortnite decided to remove the emote, Mendy's appeal for the human trafficking case was dismissed, so he had to actually serve a few months in prison, eventually just being let out. I think Epic dodged a pretty good bullet with that one. If Travis Scott hasn't returned since his controversy, I don't see Epic Games adding an emote of someone who was involved in human trafficking charges anytime soon.
Harmony Lee skin.
The next item was also added and removed for quite a dark reason. Harmony Lee was a Fortnite skin that was going to be added during the Rainbow Royale event of 2023. The skin was a part of a set that had a back bling, 2 sprays, and a wrap. This skin and set was removed from the game 5 months later, and there was no official reasoning why. The alleged reason why this skin was removed is a lot darker than a lot of people.
Was this for the
Harmony
June
Lee was a concept skin created by Not Fury, who made concept arts of skins as a fan of Fortnite and grew some notoriety within that community. While this is not the first community-created skin, as you have skins like Joy, Aura, and even Meowsicles, which were all fan concepts.
Really?
Harmony Lee skin was the last community-made Fortnite skin to be added to the game, and is pointed to be the reason why there are no more fan-made skins. Not only was the skin removed, but the entire locker bundle of the creator was also removed. When
Let me guess, did he do something?
Being added to the game officially, many people were congratulating Not Fury on their skin being added to the game. But the replies section said a different story.
Flappin' Flotsam, what's that?
See, I knew it. I knew something was up, bro. I knew it. I knew there's got to be a reason, bro. Oh my god, it's like you can't trust anybody. They're either files or they're gonna kill somebody. I don't know why.
The replies were filled with screenshots of Discord messages the creators sent to someone years younger than them. After the news of the skin being added, those screenshots were tossed in every reply section.
The EDP skin, the groomer bundle.
The next day, Not Fury made a giant essay post explaining the entire situation, and basically just said that those messages were real. They were 17 and the other person was 13. Nothing else happened.
What? Remove yourself. What do you mean you were 17 talking to a 13-year-old girl? Oh, man. Ew.
Except for those messages. They did nothing illegal, and they are a changed person now. Whatever.
Nah. I see why Fortnite doesn't do community shit anymore.
Whatever people's thoughts about this person were, the public reception to these allegations was something Epic Games did not want to handle. So they decided to send that skin to the Shadow Realm. They removed the skin from the game, they canceled the creator's locker bundle, and the skin just faded into darkness and never heard of again.
Good.
Not exactly.
Keep that shit in the
Around
trash.
7 months after the removal, a Lego version of the skin was added to the files of the game. But there was no information about the skin being returned to the item shop, and the original skin was never added back. Since the skin hadn't been released for over a year and all of a sudden the Lego version got added, I believe the Lego team had no idea that skin wasn't going to release. They made it and they just added to the files.
She got bananas on her head.
I could see them reworking the ideas of a skin into another version, but this exact version, I doubt it would release.
Yeah. The Fortnite Annual Pass
2020 is a feature that I'm pretty sure most of you can probably figure out what it was going to be for. Instead of buying one battle pass at a time, how about you buy a year's worth of battle passes right now for a discounted amount? And we give a bunch of extra goodies on top of it. It's just a season pass for Fortnite. Planned for a 2020 release, this prototype feature had an in-game description of purchase the 2020 annual pass and receive all upcoming 2020 Fortnite Battle Royale battle bundles and
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's a good deal. Especially for like if you don't want to spend too much money throughout the year, just buy that shit and boom. I would have definitely bought this if I was still playing Fortnite. If you told me this in 2018/19 when I was really playing Chapter 1, because I stopped playing after that, I would have probably bought it. I'm not gonna lie.
That up, you get 4 battle passes and they all come with the extra 25 tiers.
See?
You get 3 skins named Bash, Astra, and
Bright
Bomber. As well
they
as
never
all
showed
the
up, right?
blings, and then Bash has a pickaxe that you'll
I think I was around for this one.
All of this for the low price of 7,200 vendor bucks, which in the 2020 non-inflated and non-tariffed money is about $60 USD. Without too much speculation, we can assume why this got removed. as this was replaced by what we know today as the Fortnite crew, a $12 monthly subscription that gives the player 1,000 V-Bucks, an exclusive skin, as well as the Battle Pass included as well. The Fortnite crew was introduced at the end of 2020, so about a whole year after the conception of the annual pass. Unfortunately for the few that may have actually preferred this version, Epic Games themselves said they are not going to release it. And they weren't even planning to release it back then. So why did they add the image and description of the pass if they weren't going to add it? Too good of a deal, I guess. While 2 of the skins that were included, Bash and Astra, were eventually released, Brilliant Bomber has
Brilliant never got released.
But the skin is still in the files and being updated by the developers, as she was updated to be able to ball out and wear some Jordans. That means the Brilliant Bomber is still technically lost media, but may not be soon if they release the skin. I do think that skin has a pretty good chance of being released as they keep on updating it. The annual pass itself is never going to come out, as the Fortnite crew is Fortnite's monthly subscription model, and it's pretty much replaced any reason to have an annual pass. So that's just going to stay an idea inside of Fortnite's history.
Dwayne
Johnson is an up-and-coming actor who is best known for his role as the
Tooth
Fairy inside of the critically acclaimed movie Tooth Fairy. For real though, Dwayne Johnson was considered to be added into Fortnite. Actually, Dwayne Johnson is already in Fortnite.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Actually. His debut was using his face as the character The Foundation within the Fortnite's lore, and as a skin that you could get during that battle pass. Not only that, but Dwayne Johnson's face is used as Black Adam. So, I'm just lying. I usually do, but today I am actually not lying. These 2 skins are Dwayne Johnson playing a character. Dwayne Johnson, the person, was planned to be added as an icon skin. And this was way before they decided to make him a part of the Fortnite lore as the Foundation. In the Epic Games vs. Apple lawsuit documents that Samus was found in, The Rock is surrounded by images of legendary icons like LeBron, Neymar, and Laserbeam. What a lineup. This would be the actual icon skin of Dwayne Johnson the person, most likely under his wrestling persona a lot of people know him as The Rock. Unfortunately, there just really isn't much more information that you could find about this. I just really think it's just another icon skin being added to the game. There might have been challenges, cups, but it's most likely just an item shop release. I do think Dwayne Johnson getting his standalone skin as The Rock is still possible. Yes, even with having 2 other versions of himself in the game.
I feel like they
should
The
Rock personality is a lot more interesting to people. It's cooler to say, I hit the gritty as The Rock, than saying, I hit the gritty as Black Adam, whose face looks like The Rock.
Yep. Another DaBaby
Cryptography emote is another emote that was added to the game that uses music featuring DaBaby. This time featuring the Migos on the song, and it's called AM to PM. The song itself is actually still unreleased, so even the song itself never saw the light of day. And the current music video you can find is just a mashup of existing music videos. Looking at the icon of the emote, I really don't know what the emote would be. It could be an original dance for the emote. The community had no clue what this emote was going to be until August 3rd of 2021, as Default BR found and leaked the part of the song the emote would use, with the icon of the emote being discovered a few months after.
I deadass been thinking like, damn, how far is Epic really into like the future, you know what I'm saying? Because right now they could be in season 30 or 47 and we wouldn't even know what they have planned out, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it, if they want to collab with other stuff, they got to reach out. For example, like movies, they probably already know what happens in Avengers Doomsday because they're probably going to release it in the item shop when that comes out, you know what I'm saying?
The reason for this emote being unreleased is the same reason why all the other DaBaby emotes were vaulted for the longest time. While DaBaby has had many controversies, I mean, Billboard has a whole article about the entire timeline of all of his controversies. The specific one that got this emote put to sleep was his homophobic comments made at Miami in July of 2021. The timing seems to be accurate as the emote was removed a bit after that event. Bringing a new emote with DaBaby, I just think would bring out more outrage, and DaBaby's relevancy took a nosedive after those controversies, so I don't even think the emote would really even sell that well. And on top of that, with the unfortunate passing of Takeoff, one of the members of the Migos, the Migos are not a group anymore. So I believe there are too many aspects pointing to this emote still being labeled as lost media.
I'm not gonna lie, this was definitely interesting. You guys, like he was saying, let me know in the comments down below anything I missed or any lost media you guys wanted to talk about. And yeah, that's about it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna go see you guys later.